Hello everyone, Machine Gun Joe here, and we are finishing up the River Ward storyline with the mission Following the River. It's located right here on the map. There's really only 3 different stories. It's when you first meet him, and I think you uncover the plot of the mayor. Then there's the Peter Pan story with the kids and the serial killer that's in a coma. But then you finish it up with this. So you just go to outside of his house and you wait a little bit and then you walk up. But this is one of the better stories, I think, in Cyberpunk.
Hey, how's it going?
Over here.
So this is concluding the Peter Pan serial killer story. So
Glad you're here. I need your help cooking.
River here
Jambalaya.
was basically having a guilty conscience because he
swing
wanted to kill him as he was laying in the hospital in a coma. So we last left River Ward off with him debating whether he should kill
Just grab the damn spoon
the serial
and start
killer or
stirring.
not, or should we just leave him in a vegetable state.
This an ancient Ward family secret?
Uh-huh. Onions, paprika, thyme. Just need to mince
It's really
some
important
celery
that you
bark.
keep stirring this
You stir,
jambalaya.
please. Stir.
But
I'm stirring.
Bet
he
my
also
socks
got
you've
kicked
never
off
had
the
better jambalaya.
force. So here's where you're asking about Peter Pan a little bit.
Honestly, thought you were kidding about the cook-off. Where the Joss would sweat away in the kitchen while...
How?
Always
Josh
remember to
doesn't know
stir.
the first thing about cooking. Actually, I like to torture foodstuffs. Haven't had many opportunities lately.
How's, Randy holding up?
Now, I'll
He's
talk about
looking
this a little
for
bit
his
later,
old
but
self.
obviously I have a male character.
Physically, though,
The story does
it'll be
have
a
different
long road
options if
before
you
he's
have a
back to
female
full health.
character.
And, mentally? That was some experience.
What Harris did to him, fucked as this might sound, might have helped the kid. Could be wrong, but feels like a clean break for him.
Here we go.
Don't mean to spoil a nice day, but... I gotta ask. What about Peter Pan?
You're asking if I killed him. We'll talk later, okay?
Sure. No pressure. It's just you know.
I know. All right. Think you've stirred enough? Mind grabbing the rice from the kitchen?
Yes, sir.
Does seem like V has started a pretty good friendship with River.
No, Randy's always
Ward.
been that way. But I'm sure this didn't help none. You know, his father was a difficult man, too. That's exactly what I told him.
How you doing, Joss?
I'll call you back later.
So I think this is a glitch in the game. She's stuck right there with the phone next to her head. I'll call you back later. Doesn't talk to you.
Nice.
Still stuck after you grab the rice, so whatever. Still some bugs in Cyberpunk 2077. Interesting. Aquarium.
Tomatoes in next. Now you can toss in the rice.
Rice is in.
Okay, now this has to bubble and brew. Patio. Grab a chair. And a beer or something else.
So
Nice
here
out
you
of you.
try and dive in a little bit
Yeah.
on what he did.
Seems all good. Like nothing bad ever happened.
Tell me now about Harris.
I paid him a visit at the hospital.
He's still in a coma?
Look at that look he gives you.
In a strange slumber between life and death. An empty shell in a hospital bed.
I thought that was a good way to ask him
shot to the
without
head.
asking him, is he still
Quick
in a
and
coma,
clean.
rather than, did you kill him?
I had the same thought. It would be so easy. I pressed the gun to his head and remembered something.
River?
When my parents died.
Well, listen to the music that's playing right now.
Sure you want to hear this?
They did a good
What
job with this
happened?
scene.
Old man had a farm, like Harris's dad. But when business took a turn, well... my parents managed to open a small grocery. We lived on the floor above. A loud noise woke us one night. They wanted cash. Register was empty, so they stormed upstairs, forced us all to kneel, and demanded my dad tell him where he hid the money.
And I did not want to say that, so I just let the timer go.
Mostly, I remember my mom crying. My dad swore they'd found all we had. One was gassed out of his mind. He fired first. Blew half my dad's skull off.
Jesus, River. I'm sorry.
He was erratic. Went rabid. Handed me his gun and ordered me to aim it at my mom's head. I can still see her tear-filled eyes at the end of that barrel to this day.
What did you do?
Nothing. I stood frozen. Finally, he just snatched the gun back. Shot my mother and they left. Police never caught him. That was why I joined the force. I couldn't agree with scum like that roaming free. No one to hound him.
River Ward definitely has this sad story going
It's
on,
just
but
there,
I didn't
too.
want to, like, rub it in a
Saw
whole
all
lot,
this.
so... That's why you see me
I
picking
think
the
when she looks
dialogue
at me,
options that you
she
do.
still sees that boy holding a gun to her mom's head.
And this is the first time I think I took a drink. Might as well take a second one before I'm like, yeah, I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Can't tell you how sorry I am.
So when I stood over Harris in that hospital bed, barrel to his brow, I was that kid again. But I was also the junkie who shot my parents.
So,
I understand.
I kind of left
I've
it
ended a
vague.
few lives in my time, but never like that. Never an execution. Slipped out of the hospital quick. Told myself the case was closed.
That's good. But what now? You're not...
Notice how we
going back to
never
the
really
PD.
said or confirmed, did you
PI
kill him?
has a nice ring
No,
to it.
I did not kill him. There was
What else?
nothing like that.
Uncle
We'll
River,
see.
you said you'd play with us. You promised.
All right, all right. Let's go. V, join us?
What are we gonna play, Uncle
So,
River?
yeah, I mean, it's a pretty dark dystopian story that Cyberpunk has, and a lot of the video games, you know, especially the ones that take place in the future, are pretty dark. And that's all well and good, but sometimes it just does get on my nerves. Like, I don't want just constantly negative stories going on, so I am, you know, always looking for some positive stories sometimes in the video games. And
Well,
you know,
what do you
not
think?
because I'm a softie or anything, but because there's just so much negativity in a lot of storytelling out there.
Always wanted to try
So-
a game like this.
I was happy to see this particular story have a decent, positive, good ending.
Oh, well, look at you.
And this part right here, playing with the kids, was pretty fun. And, you know, you get a bonus if you let the kids win instead of beating the kids.
I always work alone.
But there'll be a dialogue option that describes exactly how I felt during this part is I didn't let the kids win. The kids legitimately beat me. But this is a really interesting game. I kept on thinking, no joke, during this game that something bad was going to happen to the kids. Because we are walking around the neighborhood. I was thinking kids are going to get hit by a car, something bad's going to happen where, you know, River Ward just can't catch a break.
Like two teams, us and the kids, but we work toward the same objective.
But
The
that
team
didn't
with the
end up
best
happening.
result wins.
But the actor who plays River Ward is Robbie Damon.
It's their favorite game.
Sure.
When you look him up on IMDb, I bring him up because I think he did a really, really good job in conveying emotion when
Oh, there he is. Get him.
River Ward is talking about, you know, his past, how his father was shot, his mother was shot. You can really tell that there was some emotion going on, you know, and I think those voice actors deserve some credit because they are dealing with, you know, you don't get to see their face convey their emotion. You have to deal with the artists, and hopefully they'll do a good job conveying emotion and emoting with the character and a visual aspect, so all the voice actors have to do is the audio aspect. But he did a pretty good job, this Robbie Damon. He's done Persona 5, he's done Final Fantasy. He was Prompt 2 in Final Fantasy, one of the main characters, the kind of sillier one, I think, with blonde hair. He did some Spider-Man, World of Warcraft, Thundercats. He does Spider-Man, Mike Morales. He plays some underground boss or something like that in that. So, you know, voice actors, they're all over the place. But this particular character, pretty good.
Punishable by law. This is your last warning.
Easy there, Captain. I'm just passing through.
Not far now. Don't charge in there, Callahan. I can't afford to lose one of my best men.
Now it looks like Robbie reprises the role of Spider-Man in over a dozen projects in a 5-year run, so he's up there. He's a pretty good actor. See, before I could really shoot, the kids already got these targets taken care of. Kids are up 11-6. See, you can see the score on the right-hand side in the middle.
Not half bad.
Okay, I think we got them all. But it's not over yet.
Some last words?
Fine. Out with it, scumbag. I want to see you squirm.
No. Your last words.
I was ready right here. I was ready,
Okay, so now
Lunch is ready.
and then that happened.
You almost had him.
Oh, you'll get him next time.
At least we beat the grown-ups. We're the best.
Now I'm ready to run to dinner, but River's back here.
Huh? Oh no, they had me flat beat.
Hey, food's on the table.
So we're more than halfway done through this storyline. I don't know where River was trying to go right
Was your
there.
game fun?
Awesome! We kicked their big butts.
The bad guys?
Huh? Oh, yeah, the bad guys too.
Time to see if this tastes as good as it smells.
Unemployment's being good to you. You seem good.
River's discovering the joys of family life.
That and police duty. Never a good mix. This here's a way to get some of those years back.
I haven't seen him this untroubled in a while. What about you, V? You got a family? Or just relations?
I stalled on this question for so long. I thought about using the corpo response, but it just seemed like this was a happy time. Let's maybe not dull it down with some negative responses. So,
If the future allows it,
that's what
I'd
I
like
said.
to have one someday.
Like, maybe, yeah, I'd like to have a
If for
family.
no other reason than that I love get-togethers like this.
Nothing's more important to me than my kids. I've made mistakes. Life's gone off the rails sometimes. But I had my kids. I got my kids.
See,
Joss,
I
you seem to
didn't
be
want to
a
bring up
parent
Randy.
ever-
Like, Randy should be here. It seems like that would bring down the mood,
I
right?
don't exactly look like good mom material myself, so...
Yes! Who says yes?
I do.
He raised his hand himself!
V, are you seeing someone? Involved? Fess up, please.
Ooh. River takes me away
that's
right here.
decided.
I was actually hoping I could answer
Got
that
an
question.
11.99. Officer
So I
need
wanted to
backup.
talk about Pan Am a little bit.
Come on,
'Cause
pull
that's
the
someone
ass.
I am trying to court. But this part felt, gotta be honest, it felt a little bit like, are they trying to develop
Thanks,
a
Joss.
relationship
Yeah, thanks.
with River now? Because River's taking you up to a place all by himself.
Situation is
And maybe I
getting
was reading
dicey.
too much into
what
it. The
partners are
way
for.
River was
We're
looking
about a
into the
hair's breadth away from
character,
having to look at photo
I was
albums.
like, what is going on?
We're
But
just getting out of doing the dishes. Admit it.
Also true.
you'll
Which
see.
gives us 2 reasons to go. Here we are.
What are we looking
But
at?
this is an
Water
important
tower.
part. River
Great spot.
gives you
Great for what?
a revolver
Having a drink,
right here,
shooting the shit.
and it is a powerful weapon.
This way. Oh, fuck. Gate's stuck again. Gonna fix it one of these days. Let me give you a boost. Climb over, open it from the other side.
See, right here, I was catching those vibes.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Just push. Seems
Okay.
on our way.
Nice little glitch open of that gate.
Area's not bad, actually. Unlike
This is a pretty
Dazzle,
cool area to revisit, though,
Impression.
if you can, to climb
Certainly
up
no
this
corporal
tower
closet.
and check out
No,
Night City.
but life's livable here. Know of worse places to raise kids.
Randy's
Night
problems
City
with the
seems
law,
to be
those didn't
basically
pop out of thin
LA.
air.
To me, that's what it is.
True. But Randy takes after his old man. He'd find trouble in a nicer neighborhood, too.
Although I haven't seen like a
Apparently the
coastline
worst city
yet.
between the Atlantic and the Pacific. But I sure do love this view. Find it calming.
Now I'm scared of heights in real life, and I was like walking across this edge, like on which side of him am I supposed to sit? Like just thinking the whole time, just don't fall, just don't fall. So out of here, well, you get the corporal just seems to be negative responses all the time,
Used to die for.
so I didn't go for
Great
that.
spot indeed.
But
Told you.
right here,
Got something for you.
now this is awesome.
Your piece?
Had her a long time. Too long. I think it's time she found a new owner.
Don't know what to say.
Just promise you won't blow your foot off.
Oddly specific request.
Josh's husband did it. Drunk. This very spot.
Which made this your special spot. Family landmark?
Something of the kind. Now for the highlight of the evening. Up for a drink?
Now, right here, you get some dialogue options, and we can talk about them.
Something strong's sure to hit the spot.
Now that I understand.
They're constantly giving you these choices whether you should drink alcohol or not in this game, and I've tried to steer away from just drinking alcohol all the time. But right here, the last part, kiss to us. I decided to drink to the family, certainly not drinking to Night City, and I don't know, I didn't want to do it towards friendship because it seemed a little corny. Seemed most appropriate since what we went through recently was saving the family, or saving families, was to drink to the family. But if you're a male and you go with the kiss, he kind of pushes you away and goes, oh, that's not what I meant, sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then he gives you the bottle, and then you take a big swig of the bottle. If you're a female, this whole dialogue is different before you get those dialogue options. And River Ward basically says, you know why I brought you up here, right, V? Like, you know, do I have to spell it out for you type of thing? And that's what he's saying to you as a female. And when you go for the kiss, there's a whole cutscene that happens where you guys have sex.
2 bottles of whiskey and a case of beer.
And then after that, she says, don't fall in love with me. And he says, too late. And I think that's the last you see of River Ward for the rest of the game. So then the night passes, and just like any other character, you wake up in the morning and everyone's got a hangover.
Where did I put that? Ugh. Colonizing the moon, and there's still no cure for hangovers.
Well, at least we had fun yesterday.
Yeah. But now I gotta roll. Promised Joss I'd take her to see Randy. No rush either. Get your sea legs back. Take as much time as you need.
So after you leave this, you can hang around the house and you can hear some sidebar conversations that River
Randy,
has
hey.
with his sister.
Will do.
And it's about like
See you later, V.
cleaning up the house and taking responsibilities around the house and doing chores and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting to hang around. But other than that, you get a trophy to protect and serve. And that's it. That's the video. I'm Machine Gun Joe. See you guys in the next one.